dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
And good morning to you. I'm Mitchell Garag.
And I'm Callie Rainey, and today is Thursday, January 7th.
Let's check in with meteorologist Chris Johnson for a look at your forecast this morning. Marginally warmer this morning.
Yeah, still cold out there. Temperature readings in the 20s, even some low to mid 30s as we kick off this Thursday morning. Remember, we were in the mid, even upper teens for those lows to kick off Monday morning and Tuesday once again. But that gradual warming trend taking effect, and it will continue, and you're going to feel the difference later on this afternoon. Temperature readings back into the low, even mid 50s. But unfortunately, some rain chances back into the forecast, not only for Friday, but much of the weekend, even a chance for a few snow showers. So let's get into your forecast. Live pinpoint Doppler. As we scan the skies here across all of central and eastern Kentucky, we are nice and dry here for most of the region. We're going to stay dry throughout much of the day, even tonight, but it's going to be our last dry day. Increasing clouds expected through tonight. Maybe a stray shower possible. Most of us do stay dry, but bulk of the rainfall expected to return, especially as we head into your Friday morning around commute time or so. Temperatures across the board, as I was saying, mainly seeing those mid-20s across eastern Kentucky, lower 20s now, Middlesboro and Monticello, some of the colder spots there near the Kentucky, Tennessee, and Kentucky-Virginia border. Otherwise, we're seeing those mid-30s from Moorhead over to Jackson, Paintsville, even Wise, Virginia, checking in at 36 degrees. By lunchtime or so, climbing into the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. So a chilly afternoon, or at least a chilly morning, I should say, and then a warmer afternoon as highs eventually top out in the mid-50s. Now, if you're heading out to the Mountain Classic to catch some more basketball action, of course, tip-off, I believe, first game's around 6:45 p.m. It's going to be chilly as you head out there, especially as you make the drive later on this afternoon. Sun begins to set, so the coats will be needed. Also, the chance for a few stray showers will be possible later on tonight as the games wrap up. But we're going to talk a little bit more about those rain chances as we head throughout the weekend, along with the chance for a few snow showers and that big shot of cold air as we head into early next week. All those details and more coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Chris. Well, on the lookout, police in Tennessee need help finding a wanted man. They say a suspected child rapist could be in eastern Kentucky.
This man, Rick James Brock, made his way onto the Volunteer State's top 10 most wanted list. He once lived in Harlan County but left town several years ago.
But they say he visits frequently and could be using it as a hideout. WYMT's Caleb No has more on the man police consider dangerous.
A wanted man from Tennessee might be hiding out in southeastern Kentucky. Police tell us Rick James Brock is a Harlan County native and has an extensive criminal history dating back to an assault charge in April of 2001.
We have spent several hours searching locations where we think he might have been, and we'll continue to look for him and hope anybody that has any information about his whereabouts would certainly let the police or let the authorities know.
In 2007, he went on the run from Tennessee authorities, and Kentucky State Police later caught him in Harlan County. Officials tell us he lived there for years before moving to northeast Tennessee, but frequently returns. Officials with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation believe Brock is armed and dangerous, and they ask if you see him, do not approach him.
This is an individual who faces serious charges, and we want this man in custody as soon as possible.
Investigators issued warrants against Brock in December on several charges, including rape of a child and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Officials say they could not discuss the case or release many details because they involved juveniles. In Claiborne County, Tennessee, Caleb No, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, we dug deeper into Brock's history with the help of Eastern Kentucky court officials. In 2006, he faced charges in Harlan County for allegedly helping a minor buy alcohol. Officials charged him in a 2009 case for threatening a Harlan County jailer. Then, just in 2012, Tennessee authorities charged him with 2 counts of aggravated assault. All of those cases were eventually resolved and dismissed for various reasons. Court officials postponed the murder of trial of 2 men in Knox County. Jury selection in the case of James Wyatt and John Mills was expected to start yesterday morning. They faced charges in connection with the 2012 murder of Jonathan Ryan Foley. George Markham already pleaded guilty in the case. Lonnie Sertivant also faces charges. A pretrial conference is set for February 5th. Police say what started as an argument over a driver's license test ended with a man in jail.
Laurel County Sheriff's deputies arrested 22-year-old Aaron Baker yesterday morning. They charged him with assault. Deputies say after learning his wife took a driver's license test, he became angry. They say Baker pushed her to the ground and punched her in the face. Deputies say Baker also hit a man who tried to step in. A Weeksbury man died when officials say a car hit him in Floyd County. It happened yesterday afternoon around the intersection of Route 80 and 777. They tell us the driver of the vehicle did not suffer any serious injuries. Kentucky State Police are continuing the investigation. A Harlan County couple was flown out to UT Medical Center following a crash in Bell County. State troopers say James Fields crashed into the back of a logging truck along Highway 119 in the Page community. Fields and his wife Donna were hurt. Their conditions are not known. Police shut down the road for about 2 hours.
Well, inspiring Eastern Kentucky. This past November, Bill Gates and his wife Melinda made a surprise visit to the mountains.
The reason for the trip, Betsy Lane High School. Tuesday, Gates released 3 videos, among other information about his time in Eastern Kentucky. As WYMT's Alex Kasper-Peak explains, Gates believes teachers and students will shape the region in the future.
The coal mines, they've shaped our lives for generations. Then, not so long ago, coal abandoned us.
Lakeisha Crum wanted to get one message across as she spoke with the Gates Foundation about her life and Eastern Kentucky.
We're not just a redneck town. Like, we're building up. Yeah, we may not have money. We may be struggling a little bit, but there's still some highlights of it, and that's education, and that's getting students out of here that can come back and make the region better.
As a soon-to-be first-generation college student, Crum hopes to continue her education and then come home to the mountains to start her career. Something Gates wrote could lead to a better Appalachia with help from teachers.
The key thing is having great teachers. The way they take a kid who's discouraged and give them a little bit of success, a sense of possibility.
Another video followed algebra teacher Ricky Thacker.
Speechless. I viewed it late last night with my wife, and I was just blown away.
Bill and Melinda weren't the only ones asking questions during the visit. 2 students got the chance to sit down with the pair and interview them.
Do you know what the whip and the nay-nay is?
I think so. No, I must not.
Yes.
I've heard of it, though.
So we have a daughter who's 13. She tried to teach it to me. She says I'm pathetic. Can you show us it? No.
A trip that allows the nation to see a different side of Eastern Kentucky. In Floyd County, Alex Kasper-Peak, WYMT Mountain News.
And to see more of the videos posted, you can just visit our website, WYMT.com.
Well, Food City stores across Eastern Kentucky are helping give back through their Race for Hunger.
The district manager says each Food City chooses a local charity it wants to donate to. Yesterday, they were able to present gift cards collected from customers throughout the holidays last year to local organizations, charities, and food banks. They gave away nearly $20,000.
Giving money to the needy. That's my favorite part. The first year we did this, we probably didn't give away $5,000. And as the years have grown, the customers know what it is. They're more willing to give now.
Organizers say they have held the Race for Hunger for more than 10 years now. Our Washington Bureau reports on the help some families of missing children are receiving.
Later in sports, falling flat in Baton Rouge, John Calipari talks about his team's 85-67 loss to the LSU Tigers.
More rain chances to talk about for Friday and much of the weekend. Then a big cool down takes over next week. Details in your full forecast is next.
Well, cold outside, maybe a good day to, sit at home and play games on your phone, Callie.
Yeah.
Way to call her out there. So Callie, when she can, she likes to get on her iPad of an iPhone, which is, like this. She's got the 6 Plus there, and she's addicted to this game called Cube. And every time me and Mitchell turn around, she's not
I am
texting.
addicted. I have to beat my high score.
She's trying to figure out how she did it, too. She said, I have a high score, but I can't beat the high score. So,
and we'll roll the breaking news graphic when she does, by the way.
Yeah, part of that addiction, I guess you could say. And I got my fingers crossed. Hopefully she beats that high score.
But it's a nice day, so I'm going to be outside instead of playing my video game.
No, you'll be outside
playing
with
it.
your phone playing Cube. Anyways, let's talk about the forecast. Dry for today, the last dry day, and then rain chances move in this weekend along with a cold cold shot of air late weekend into early next week.
Let's take over to live pinpoint Doppler as we scan the skies here across eastern Kentucky. Nice and dry, but I want to talk about yesterday evening. We had some of those higher mid to high level clouds, cirrus clouds I should say, and this was a nice sunset photo that was sent in from Danny over in Wootton, Kentucky. Look at these colors here, some blue, some of the pink, a little bit of a purple there, off in the distance, just a beautiful shot. So if you're able to step out yesterday evening as the sun was setting, it was a gorgeous one, and I hope you were able to enjoy it. Temperature-wise, though, this morning we're cold, but not as cold as what we were earlier this week. Temperatures in the mid-20s for many spots, even some low to mid-30s from Moorhead over to Jackson, Paintsville, Wise, Virginia, checking in at 36 degrees. As you drop the kids off this morning, getting them ready for school, be sure to bundle up. Temperatures cold in the upper 20s there. It's another cold start, but like I said, not as cold as what we've had like we did Monday morning and Tuesday morning. But temperatures later on this afternoon, we're going to see a good mix of sun and clouds. More clouds expected to increase later on this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low, even mid-50s. Unseasonably warm for this time. You remember, we should be around a high of 43 degrees, so about 10 degrees or so better than our average high as we head into the first part of January. Latest satellite and radar imagery looping over the past 6 hours, showing a lot of rainfall working across the southern plains, exiting eastern parts of Texas. But we got a low pressure system spinning right across the heart of Oklahoma. This is going to track up towards the north and east along the Mississippi River. And this is the same system that will bring some rain chances into our forecast as we head into the next 24 to 48 hours. And then once again, this cold front will finally work through and bringing another wave of energy, some more showers as we head into your Saturday afternoon as well. A little bit closer to home, just a few clouds working across central and eastern Kentucky yesterday evening and through tonight. Otherwise, we're seeing mostly clear skies early on. Of course, that's allowing temperatures to drop off as well into the lower 20s in some spots. Now, most of us in the mid, even upper 20s for those temperatures. Future view, we start you off at 9 o'clock this morning. High pressure over across the Virginias. That's going to weaken and work off towards the eastern coast. As it does so, it's going to allow winds to turn more from the south and southwest, along with this low pressure system I was talking about, heading towards the northeast, eventually working towards Iowa and the Great Lakes region. Warm front going to lift across the state today. That's going to help surge those temperatures up into the low, even mid-50s, hence the pretty nice and pleasant day we'll have, at least temperature-wise, this afternoon. Plenty of cloud cover expected to move in through the overnight hours into early Friday morning. The chance for some of those scattered showers will certainly be possible for your commute time, so something to keep in mind. And then we'll catch a break into Friday night before, like I said, more rain chances arrive into your Saturday. Now, cold blast ahead. Temperatures in the mid-50s for your Friday and Saturday, but check out what happens late weekend into early next week. Temperatures drop quite a bit into the lower 30s for highs Monday, mid-30s for your Tuesday, and yes, the chance for a few snow showers is going to be possible in a Sunday night, early Monday morning. Something we'll continue to monitor here in the Sky Alert Weather Center. I can see Mitchell off in the distance shaking his head right now as I talk about those snow chances, and even more snow chances possible, Mitchell, as we head towards next midweek. Something we'll continue to monitor here in the Sky Alert Weather Center, but temperatures remaining on the cold side with highs in the mid-30s. Let's get a check of the refrigerator art this morning, see what we have behind the magnets. Love showcasing all the wonderful artwork from the kids here across eastern Kentucky. Nice photo center from Jacob over Kaywood Elementary. Time now is 5:43. You're watching Mountain News this morning right here on WYMT.
This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
Good morning to the 9th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats. Had their 22-game SEC winning streak snapped Tuesday night in Baton Rouge at LSU 85-67. Kentucky was out-rebounded 46-32. The Wildcats, they shot just 41% from the field in the game, and they were limited to 7 of 20 from behind the three-point line. The Wildcats dished out only 8 assists compared to 14 turnovers. John Calipari afterwards, his teams simply didn't match the Tigers' intensity.
We weren't up for the challenge. We weren't ready to compete at the level that they were competing at, especially our inside people. We didn't get very much from anybody in there except a lot of fouls. But give credit to LSU, they played well. We weren't very good this game, but you know, that's the great thing about college basketball. You're trying to get better every week. You take a step back, you learn, watch the tape, and figure out what we got to do to get better.
Up next for the Wildcats is Alabama. Kentucky goes to Tuscaloosa this Saturday night, 6 o'clock tip time. on the SEC Network. Now to the high school. Game time now to name our boys and girls players of the week from week 19 of the high school sports season. And as always, we start with the ladies. Sheldon Clark, Lady Cardinal. Hope Lafferty had herself a nice week last week. In 3 games, the junior guard averaged 26 points per game and 3 assists, highlighted by a 37-point, 4-assist performance and a 4-point loss to East Jessamine at Garrett County. Now to the boys. The honor goes to Johnson Central Golden Eagle Mason Blair. In 4 games last week, Blair averaged just shy of 22 points per, 2.5 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and just more than 1 steal per game, helping lead the Golden Eagles to a 2-2 record, including a 7th place finish in the Pikeville Invitational and an upset win over Montgomery County. Coming up next half hour in sports, we'll have girls and boys Mountain Classic highlights. Our girls championship game is set, and the boys semifinals are set as well. That's First Look at Sports this morning. Enjoy your morning.
From the time our babies come into the world until they're all grown up, mothers tirelessly care for, support, and nurture their children. Taking care of children knows no bounds. So how do we seemingly do it all while staying grounded? New research out of Arizona State University says it's unconditional acceptance by friends and genuine relationships that keep mom happy while doing right by her kids. More than 2,000 well-educated, upper-middle-class mothers were interviewed for the study. Other factors that help mom stay balanced are feeling comforted when she needs it and being satisfied with her friendships. So it seems mothers also need to be mothered and find happiness when they're loved for who they are and can find comfort when they're distressed. For more ways to make mom's life easier, visit momseveryday.com.
After they disappear.
Only after 2 years of painstaking searching for their child do families get to work with Joe Mullins. Joe is a forensic artist for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And once a cold case has hit that 2-year mark, Joe creates an image of what the child might look like now.
The child's been missing for at least 2 years, and now we're asking them to go dig up family photographs. We've all heard at some point in our life, typically, that somebody will walk up to you and say, hey, you look like your mom, look like your dad, look like your brother, and that's exactly what we need. Those are the crucial ingredients to do an accurate age progression. This is the photograph of Victor at age 5 when he went missing. Now, you can already see some similarities he shares with his parents, particularly Dad. Definitely Dad's head shape, Dad's ears, kind of Mom's eyes, Mom's nose. By age 3, the upper part of your cranium up here is about 70% mature. So everything from 3 moving forward is all going to take place in this lower 2/3 of the face. What we're doing is applying some facial growth. So here he is to age 14. So 2 years later, if Victor is still missing, which he was, we get to see do another installment of an age progression.
Victor, like so many others, has not been found. He would be in his mid-20s today. But Joe says it takes just one person looking at a photo to make a difference. That was the case with a now famous photo Joe created a couple years ago. The one of JC Dugard that led to her rescue some 18 years after her disappearance.
She is the beacon of hope. We want one phone call. If we generate that one phone call that it's the right person that has seen this image, then we've done our job.
This will be the last dry day we'll see for the next few days. High pressure going to weaken out, work off towards the eastern coast. It's going to allow a system off towards the south and west to gather some steam before working northeastward towards the Great Lakes region. And that's going to push a warm front across the Commonwealth. That's going to help surge those temperatures into the low, even mid-50s later on this afternoon. And as we head into your Friday, temperatures once again back into the mid-50s, along with the chance for some of those scattered showers, especially throughout Friday morning. Then we'll catch a break as we head into Friday afternoon. And we're going to see the chance for some more rain as we head into your Saturday night and Sunday. And then temperatures really begin to drop off. We're going to be tracking a cold blast of air, especially as we head into your Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Then the chance for some snow showers make their way back into the forecast, especially as we head into Sunday night, early Monday morning. And of course, we'll keep an eye on that here in the Sky Alert Weather Center. But that cold air will definitely impact much of the Ohio and Tennessee Valley regions. And here's what we're looking at as we do head into the next 3 to 4 days. Of course, this weekend, going to deal with mainly rain chances. And then that cold air invades much of eastern Kentucky as we head into Sunday night, early Monday morning. And then a chance for some of those snow showers will certainly be possible. Now, here's a look at that 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. Temperatures on the pleasant side, mid-50s for the next couple of days. And then we're talking some rain, even snow showers possible Sunday night, early Monday morning. And then we're drying things out Tuesday. And then once again, another shot at possibly some snow as we head towards the next midweek. Temperatures on the cooler side as well, with temperatures dropping into the low, even mid-30s. Overnight lows in the upper teens and lower 20s. Let's get a check of the lottery numbers this morning, see what we have behind the magnets. Don't forget, tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $165 million, and Saturday night's Powerball jackpot is $675 million. The time now is 5:55. You're watching Mountain News this morning right here on WYMT.
Well, one veteran has a new honor to add to his already long list of military accolades.
Carl Torp has more.
More than 70 years after his service.
Here come a ME-109 at about, as they said, 11 o'clock high.
There is no fog of war for 92-year-old Joe McGuire. He remembers a lot.
And then it exploded and kind of made a salt and pepper shaker out of the airplane.
McGuire piloted C-47s during World War II. He'd fly into France with fuel and fly out with the wounded, all while trying to avoid enemy fire and safely land his aircraft when he could not.
It's usually events that could have taken your life, and they didn't. You were just lucky. You remember your buddies. And that's kind of bad.
McGuire grew up in Oklahoma City.
Did you trade him some chocolate for it?
He's been married for more than 70 years and retired as a decorated captain. But on Sunday, he received another high honor from another grateful nation, France.
French are great at getting you, and they kiss you on each side.
This, though, is more than a kiss. The Legion of Honor Award is an infinite show of appreciation for McGuire's role in liberating France from the Nazis. McGuire became eligible for the Legion of Honor by fighting in at least one of 3 main campaigns on French soil.
De la Légion d'honneur.
It's the last medal for an American hero, now receiving a thank you from across the world.
It's an humbling thing to me to get, but something I can be proud of. That I am. I'm very proud of that medal.